Arsenal stepped onto the pitch at the Emirates knowing this was far more than just another Premier League game. This was pressure, expectation, and history all wrapped into 90 minutes. With the title race entering its most crucial stage, every Arsenal player understood what was at stake. One mistake could change everything, and against Burnley, even though the visitors were already relegated, nothing was guaranteed in football. From the opening whistle, Arsenal looked like a team carrying both confidence and nervous energy. Mikel Arteta's men controlled possession immediately, with Martin Odegaard pulling the strings in midfield and Declan Rice dictating the tempo. The ball moved smoothly through the backline where William Saliba and Gabriel looked calm and composed, recycling possession and pushing Burnley deeper into their own half. Burnley arrived with a very clear plan. They were not here to entertain. They were here to frustrate Arsenal, defend with discipline, and make life as difficult as possible. Max Weiss stood in goal behind a compact defensive unit including Maxime Esteve, Axel Tuanzebe, and Lucas Perez. Every time Arsenal tried to break through centrally, Burnley shut the door. Bukayo Saka was lively from the right wing, constantly testing defenders and trying to create something special. On the opposite side, Leandro Trossard looked sharp, drifting into dangerous spaces and linking well with Kai Havertz. But despite Arsenal's dominance, clear chances were hard to come by. The tension inside the Emirates was obvious. Fans knew Arsenal could not afford a slip. Every misplaced pass brought groans, every attack raised heart rates. Burnley may have been relegated, but they were playing with freedom, and that made them dangerous in a different way. Then came the breakthrough Arsenal desperately needed. In the 36th minute, Arsenal won a corner. Bukayo Saka walked over to take it, knowing this was a huge opportunity. He delivered a perfect ball into the box, and there was Kai Havertz, rising above Burnley's defenders with perfect timing. The German forward powered his header past Max Weiss and into the back of the net. The stadium exploded. It was not just a goal. It was relief, belief, and pure emotion released all at once. Kai Havertz ran toward the fans while teammates swarmed around him. In that moment, he was not just a goalscorer. He was the man keeping Arsenal's title dream alive. At 1-0, Arsenal finally had something to protect, but the match was far from comfortable. Burnley refused to collapse. Players like Hannibal Mejbri and Zian Fleming kept working hard, trying to force errors and create pressure wherever possible. As the second half began, Arsenal continued dominating possession, but there was a noticeable shift. Instead of hunting aggressively for a second goal, there was more caution in their play. The fear of conceding was starting to show. Martin Odegaard kept trying to unlock Burnley's defense with clever passes, while Declan Rice covered enormous ground in midfield, winning duels and protecting the backline. Behind them, David Raya remained alert, though Burnley rarely tested him seriously. One of the major talking points arrived later in the match when Kai Havertz was involved in a challenge that led to a VAR check. For a few tense moments, the entire stadium froze. Arsenal fans feared a possible red card or some decision that could swing momentum. But after review, no major punishment followed, and Arsenal escaped the scare. The final stages of the match became a battle of mentality more than football quality. Arsenal were no longer focused on style. They were focused on survival. Every clearance from Gabriel was cheered loudly. Every interception from Saliba felt massive. Miles Lewis-Skelly brought energy, while Gabriel Martinelli added fresh legs and intensity late on. Burnley continued fighting, but their attacking threat remained minimal. Loum Tuna and Jadon Anthony worked hard up front, yet Arsenal's defensive organisation was too strong. Saliba and Gabriel gave them nothing. The statistics perfectly reflected the game. Arsenal had 61% possession compared to Burnley's 39%. Arsenal registered 13 shots, Burnley managed only 5. More importantly, Burnley failed to record a single shot on target. This was not Arsenal at their most beautiful, but it was Arsenal at their most mature. As the clock ticked into the final minutes, nerves inside the stadium were unbearable. Every fan was counting down. Every second felt longer than the last. Then finally, the whistle blew. Arsenal 1, Burnley 0. The players celebrated, but it was not wild joy. It was relief. The kind of relief that only comes when a team survives enormous pressure. Kai Havertz was undoubtedly the hero of the night, but this victory was built collectively. Bukayo Saka delivered the assist and was a constant threat. Martin Odegaard controlled key phases of the game. Declan Rice brought leadership and steel in midfield. William Saliba and Gabriel ensured Arsenal never looked vulnerable defensively. For Burnley, despite defeat, there were respectable performances from Max Weiss, Hannibal Mejbri, and Axel Tuanzebe. They came with a plan and executed it well, but lacked the attacking quality to truly hurt Arsenal. This result pushed Arsenal to 82 points and 5 points clear at the top of the table. Suddenly, the dream that once felt distant now felt incredibly real. This match may not be remembered as a football classic, but Arsenal fans will remember how it felt. The pressure, the nerves, the release when Havertz scored, and the tension that lasted until the final whistle. Because title-winning seasons are rarely built only on beautiful football. They are built on nights exactly like this. Tight margins. Heavy pressure. Imperfect performances. Perfect results. One moment from Bukayo Saka. One header from Kai Havertz. One clean sheet from David Raya and his defense. And maybe, just maybe, one massive step toward Premier League history for Arsenal.